Everybody's got a point of view. I mean, the Muslims got a point of view. I don't agree with them, and the Catholics, the Israelis, you know, a lot of point of views, and they're all first cousins. The Muslims, the Christians, and the Jews are first cousins, all from the Middle East. It's a family feud, and that's the most ugliest feuds there are family feuds. They take it personal. And all these guys are taking it personal, and they're willing to go kill and be killed. And the tragedy is everybody's right. I have evolved in my religious belief. I would classify myself as a Roman Catholic Taoist living in sin. And by that I mean I have a heritage of the Roman Catholics, and I respect it. I disagree with parts of it, and I have a lot of respect for the Buddhist tradition and the Taoist tradition in China and Japan and other countries. And I'm not legally qualified to be a practicing Catholic, because I've divorced and remarried. And so I'm kind of out there somewhere. If you're at the center of a scene, that's not the best place to see what really is happening. And the outlier is that the artist, the musician, the writer, that person who is outside, street person, drifter. Sometimes they see more about what's going on than the guys at the center of power, the bishop or the president or the whatever, governor, or, you know, whoever's in the head of the clan. And it's easier to see things, to notice things, if you're an outlier. And
talking about geographically?
Well, I'm talking probably about a psychological and a emotional landscape, but the metaphor is, you know, you're out on the outside looking in, you're not on the inside looking out. If you're on the inside, you got a point of view, and you can talk about that point of view, but that point of view may be obsolete given the big picture. And so I think being a doctor's son in Amarillo, Texas, and living on the highest hill in the town, if I had gone to the public schools, and we basically had been less Catholic than we were, the Catholics were basically outliers. And so I think I got to know a lot of people on the edge, a lot of migrants and drifters and different ethnic groups and everything that I wasn't really comfortable at the center. And I was lucky because that meant I was going to have a whole richer group of people that I related to that had a more really reflect what really America was about than I would if I was in basically in a little Mississippi town. If I'd grown up from Deal and stayed in Brookhaven, Mississippi, that would have been a totally different thing. My mother was a peasant farm girl, and she lived in County Kerry. And County Kerry, they have County Kerry joke books. And the Kerryman was a lampooned character in Irish society, like Pollock jokes and the Aggie jokes, if you're talking about Texas A&M, Aggie jokes. And the Catholic Church was very, very important. And the Catholic Church, from my experience, is at its best when it's in a minority. When it's in a majority in places like Italy, or that would be one example, they get caught up in the whole standard political majority thing, and they compromise their values. But when they're in a minority, there's a strong element of hard work, do the right thing. Everybody is a child of God, and I think that those core values stayed with my mother. Tried to live a decent life. I think my mother would be proud of it. And a lot of people don't understand where I'm coming from, and I don't understand where I'm coming from a lot of times. But I don't have any problem speaking my mind.